Okay, I'm hyper-focused on school right now. It's occurred to me in some assessments I've done recently that most teachers I encounter don't actually know about developmental coordination disorders or things like dyscalculia, dysgraphia, dyspraxia, and dyslexia. So all of these under the DSM, they're specific learning disorders, but most of the community refer to them as DCDs, developmental coordination disorders. Now, these things essentially infer or explicitly state that there's, disruptions, sometimes almost breaks between the brain and parts of the body when it comes to processing information. So as an example, I'm dyscalculia. It means I'm not so good with numbers. So I could have exceptional abilities to read, write, or moderate abilities. It doesn't really matter. But when it comes to numbers, things jumble in my brain. So I'll even be adding up these basic assessments, 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2. And I'll get 5 different answers every time I do it. Then I'll get a calculator. Then I'll start banging my head. Then I'll get someone to check it for me. Then I'll find out that most of the answers I got were wrong anyway. I kept doubling up on numbers or something. It is ridiculous. Now, no matter what I do, I can't make that change in my head. And I had to accept that a long time ago, that I just need to rely on other people and calculators and things like that to make sure I don't stuff things up regarding numbers. So for anyone who's had me working and managing their company, sorry about that little curveball. Anyway, so children who have dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, or dyspraxia, this is not something they can control. They can't choose to switch it on and off. It is not being naughty in a school system. And here's another curveball. Most of the teachers don't know what it is. So your kids can go through so many years of schooling with your teacher saying you need to push them harder, you need to read more with your child, you need to work more on letters, you need to work on their balance and coordination. You know, they're not reading enough at home. They need to be writing more. Other kids their age are doing far a lot better. I think it's just that they're not doing enough homework. Here's a few truth bombs. Number 1, homework needs to be abolished. There should not be homework at all. I never made my kids do homework, and I wrote into every enrollment in every school that they went to that they were not to push homework. You buggers, you get them for 6 hours, that'll do. 6 hours is way longer than you need it anyway. No homework. I won't make them do it. Number 2, if a child's really struggling to do something, they need to be assessed. They might have something like a learning disorder, and if it goes undiagnosed and untreated, then they're going to grow up feeling stupid. They're going to feel like they've got a broken brain and they can't do things their friends can, when realistically there's accommodations and help, and they can learn how to do things other ways. Number 3, don't push them to try and learn something that they can't do because they've got one of them. If they have a number issue or a writing issue, then practicing it doesn't make it go away. You actually have to focus your attention on finding other ways for them to achieve results. Don't push them to read more, write more, do more. 4th or 3rd, whatever I'm up to, is you have to get this independently assessed because the school system can't help you here. I hope this helps. Somebody, please.